So you're thinking of moving to South Florida, but might be a little apprehensive because recently you've heard that Florida is the most expensive state to live in the entire country. Well, I'm not totally sure if I believe that. And today we're going to be talking about it in this video, so stick around. Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Living in Fort Lauderdale. My name's Rob Zeoli. I'm a realtor right here in South Florida, and if you're looking for a channel that's going to show you what it's like to move to live, and to buy real estate here in South Florida, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel and tap the notifications down below to be notified anytime I go ahead and put out a new video. I put out weekly videos and content about what it's like to live here in South Florida, but more than that, guys, again, I'm a realtor, and what I love more than anything is to help people just like you with their real estate needs. Now, we're getting calls every single day from people just like you from all over the country looking to make that move. So if you have plans in the near future, don't forget to reach out by phone, text, or email, and I look forward to showing you around town and to make your transition a smooth one. So let's just jump right into today's video. All right, guys, so my last video, I spoke about the new normal here in South Florida and Florida in general, and really it had to do with how expensive things are. So the video was really about expenses, and some articles had just come out about Florida taking the top spot as the most expensive place to live in the entire country. And honestly, it did not sit well with me. I was actually really thinking about that, and I was kind of blown away by it. Now, I do know how expensive it is everywhere, really, and especially here in South Florida because I live here. I pay bills here. I help people buy real estate here. But as far as it being the most expensive in the entire country, you know, more than New York, California, Chicago, Hawaii, and again, did not sit too well with me. So I did a little bit of research, you know, about this topic, and I just wanted to discuss that real quick in this video. Now, to be totally honest with you, I'm not really a stats and data-driven type of person, so when it comes to these numbers, I kind of think of them as being a little bit irrelevant, and I don't mean that in a way like, well, you know, this guy's a realtor and he doesn't know the numbers and he should really care. Well, I do know the numbers and I do care about them, but honestly, in dealing with clients, it seems to be kind of irrelevant in a way. When I meet someone that has a real estate need or is looking to move or to purchase real estate, they're doing it because of some sort of a life change, and they're not doing it because of the market. So these are families that might be moving because of job relocation, starting a new job. Maybe they're downsizing because kids have left the house, or they need a bigger home because their family's expanding, they're having kids. Any sort of a life event is the reason why people move, and the data and the market and all the numbers and the stats don't really matter to these people, but it is very important to know what is going on. So again, in my last video, I went through some articles that just came out talking about how Florida has just taken the top spot as the most expensive state in the country. And again, it didn't sit well with me, so I kind of went back and did some research of my own. Now, I'm not going to go through these articles. If you wanted to see the articles that I was talking about, you can watch my last video. I go through them in detail, but basically all of them were talking about Florida being the most expensive place to live, and it was talking about real estate prices and mostly rental rates because of how high the rents have gone up. And as I was reading through them, I did not really see anything where they were quoting any real stats or any footnotes or anything that shows where they got their data from. But I'll take them at their word. Real estate prices have gone up considerably here in South Florida and in Florida in general. Rent prices are through the roof, but as I started researching through these articles, I happened to notice one of them actually changed their headline from Florida is, I'm paraphrasing here, Florida is the most expensive state to live in the country. They changed it from that to Florida is the least or the most least affordable Is that correct? The least affordable state to live in the entire country. So right there, changing the headline, the bells go off in your head and just wonder, why are they changing that? Because it's either they made a mistake or they're correcting something because they got called out, because it's not totally accurate information. So I did some more research on the topic. And another thing I noticed from these articles, they seem to be really opinion pieces, again, not driven by any particular data. And so in doing the research and trying to figure out the difference between most affordable place to live and the most expensive, or the least affordable place to live and most expensive, I guess it factors in income into the equation. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm trying to figure out the difference here, but to me it's kind of the same thing. So they're factoring in how expensive it is to purchase a home or rent, and based on how much income you have or how much money you make per year. So I did some more research, and I found these sites that give me this information. So the first site here I went to was bestplaces.net, and this is a 2022 cost of living calculator comparing Florida to New York. And if you look down, it talks about salary. So a salary of $50,000 in Florida should increase to $99,000 and change in New York. So basically showing the difference, because we do make a lot less here in the state of Florida. But overall, it says here that New York is 96.5% more expensive than Florida. And basically, the median home cost is one of the major factors in this, because if you look in the chart, the median home cost for a property in New York is $654,000, and in Florida, the median cost is $172,000. Everything is more expensive. Cost of living index overall, 168 in New York to 85.8 in Florida. Food and groceries, 116 in New York to 99 in Florida. We talked about the median home cost. The housing overall, which takes into account rent and housing if you're going to be purchased overall, is $294 to $67. Utilities is higher in New York as well. Transportation is also almost 100 points higher in New York as opposed to Florida. Healthcare is higher. So, this going by this chart and this site shows that New York is way more expensive than here in Florida. Now, I also decided to check to see where they get their data here on this site, bestplaces.net. So if you look at the chart here, or at least the resource here, it says where we get our data. Basically, it gets it from all these data sources that you could see on the bottom here. Census Bureau, crime reports. I mean, this is for all different types of data, but as far as the economic data, you can see all the different places where they get the data from. So I think this is a much better resource than some person's op-ed about, the difference in cost of living, or which one is more affordable or more expensive, Florida or any other place in the entire country. Now, also, if you come to this site here, salary.com, this is going between, actually, this is from the city, Los Angeles, California to Miami. Miami apparently is one of the main reasons why Florida is gotten so expensive. Just the prices in Miami as far as homes and rentals are through the roof. So here it shows taking into account salaries. So if you're moving to Miami from Los Angeles with a salary of $60,000, basically your cost of living change from going from LA to Miami is a minus 20.9%, and your estimated salary change is going down as well. So you're going to be making less money, but your cost of living is going down. So you have a net positive change in disposable income of $4,188.07. So this is another resource that really debunks the claim that, Florida is the most expensive or least affordable place to live in the entire country. Now, also, I use this site, salary.com, to check out the difference if you move from Miami to Honolulu, okay? And this basically says if you're moving to Honolulu from Miami with a salary of $60,000, the cost of living change is 42.3% more in Honolulu. And basically the estimated salary change is 6.5% more. And looks like you would have a negative net change in disposable income. So basically a negative number of $21,481.7 in disposable income if you moved from Miami to Honolulu. So basically, like it says here in the explanation, the cost of living in Honolulu is 42.3% higher than in Miami. You would have to earn a salary of $85,000 to maintain your current standard of living if you had a salary of $60,000 here in Miami. So again, this is just another resource that kind of goes against the grain on this notion that Florida is the least affordable place to live in the entire country. Now, real quick, I just wanted to show you the article that I had mentioned that changed the headline. You can see here, this is from, where is this? Orlando.com. I guess this is what the, I guess it's the Orlando newspaper. Basically saying, welcome to Florida, the least affordable place to live in the U.S. Since 2019, Orlando rent up 34%, Tampa 53%, and Miami 61%. So again, these articles really kind of key in on the rental aspect of all of this. And, again, it's really getting out of hand as far as the rental prices here all throughout South Florida, but the main culprits are Orlando, Tampa, and Miami, which is kind of good news for, Broward County, Fort Lauderdale metro area. But still, just really getting out of hand as far as all expenses. And another thing, too, that's not really, or these articles are not taking into account, is all the benefits that someone gets when moving here to Florida in general. So there's no mention of not paying any state income tax. So how much of a percentage is that on someone's income? So if you live in New York or California or Chicago and you're moving here to Florida from those states, and you pay state income tax or personal state income tax, and you move to Florida and don't have to pay that, how much extra are you, or how much extra is in your pocket every year? You got to take that into account. That's not even considering the business aspect of it. If you're a business owner or if you're running a business, not only the restrictions and the regulations, how it's much easier to start and to run a business here in the state of Florida, but what about operating it? How much taxes are they hammering you on to run your business? Much different than living in those high tax states. Not even looking into planning for your retirement. Okay, state of Florida has no retirement or no tax on retirement income, no taxes on Social Security, no taxes on your IRAs. Any sort of retirement income is not taxed here in the state of Florida. So there's a lot more benefits as compared to these other states, and you definitely have to factor those in if you're going to be coming up with which state is the most expensive or the least affordable, and especially if you're going to be comparing that to the state of Florida. One thing I do know is that if you hammer the data or torture it enough, you can get it to say whatever you want. The only thing that I know is that the people that are calling us every day, every month, that are looking to move to the state of Florida from these high tax states, it appears they haven't gotten the memo on how cheap it is to live in New York and California and in Chicago and in Seattle, because they're all trying to move here to the state of Florida. So again, you got to take this information with a grain of salt. But one thing is for certain, everything is going up in price across the board. Doesn't matter where you live. Gas, groceries, cars, everything, utilities going up everywhere, and no difference here in South Florida and in Florida. One of the differences here in Florida is that we have an inventory crisis of homes for sale, and just too many people moving here. I wouldn't say too many, but a lot of people moving here, and there's really no place to put them. So when you have this crisis of inventory and the supply and demand gets skewed in one way, it's going to be very expensive, and prices just keep going up here in the state of Florida. As of today, I think the Fed just raised interest rates by 0.5 point. So let's see what that does to the market. If it kind of cools things down, again, the jury's still out on that one as well. So we'll just have to stay tuned. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up right there. And I really, really appreciate you watching the video. I hope you found it helpful. And again, if you're thinking of making a move here to South Florida, I'd be happy to help you find that perfect place you might be thinking of moving to or just want to go see. All you got to do is reach out. All my information is down in the description. I'm open 24/7, and I look forward to showing you around town and making your transition to South Florida a very smooth one. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.